What's the first thing you think about when you step foot into Publix? Is it the free cookies, the balloons, or what you're having for supper tonight? Well, I'll tell you what your parents are thinking about. They're thinking about money and how much they can save by using coupons. And you'll have to know math to figure that out. That's the purpose of why we're here tonight. Publix is hosting a math night just for our school. So let's take a look at how our students are solving these real-world problems. Hey Layla, what problem are you trying to solve?
I'm trying to solve how much money she'll spend to bake a cake for the class party.
Oh, okay, well let me help you. Let's see how much this flour costs. Oh, it's $1.79. Well, there you have it, math night at Publix. I'd really like a chocolate chip cookie, but fruit is a healthier choice for you. So I'm heading on over to the produce aisle to get myself a juicy apple. I'm Erin reporting for Lion Kingdom News at Publix. I found the keys! But now just to see what they go to. Of course. Obviously this. It's the Sherlock Files. It's what I've been searching for. It's the 100th day of school, and if you think 100 days is a long time, imagine 100 years. Whew, that's really long. Imagine having a secret that old. Can you keep a secret that long? I know I can't. And that's what happens in the book The 100-Year-Old Secret. Picture moving to London and finding out that Sherlock Holmes is your great-great-great-grandfather. Well, that's what happened to Xena and Xander Holmes. One afternoon, they were handed a note that led them to a hidden room and a secret society. Following the clues on the note, they come into possession of Sherlock Holmes' Unsolved Cases notebook. Then life becomes really exciting. Xena and Xander set out to solve the cases their famous ancestor could not, starting with the mystery of a prized painting that vanished more than 100 years ago. Will they find the painting? Well, we'll have to follow the clues of The 100-Year-Old Secret by author Tracy Barrett. If you're a fan of mystery stories, this one is for you. So check it out at our library. That is, if you can find it. Students, what you're seeing here has happened 5,053 times last year in the city of Lakeland and continues to occur every day. And this is a traffic stop for not wearing your seatbelt. This is the first week of Click It or Ticket. With me today, I have Officer Waterman from the Lakeland Police Department Traffic Unit. So can you tell us exactly what Click It or Ticket means?
Click It or Ticket is a nationwide campaign aimed at getting people to be more aware about wearing their seatbelts. The click it in the name refers to the sound that your seatbelt makes when you put it on, and of course the ticket part refers to what happens if you don't wear your seatbelt.
Okay, so can you explain some of the seatbelt laws to our students?
Sure. Seatbelt laws all over the country are different in different states, but here in the state of Florida, a couple to be aware of are if you're under the age of 18, no matter where you are in a vehicle, front seat or back seat, you have to be wearing a seatbelt. Also, if you're age 18 or above, in the front seat of a vehicle, then you also have to be wearing a seatbelt.
Well, I have a little sister who's 2 years old. What about her?
Well, that's also extremely important. If you are age 3 or under, then you're required to either be in a car seat or in a booster seat.
Well, I've got to ask you this question. What are the fines for not wearing a seatbelt?
Fines for not wearing a seatbelt tend to be very, very high. If you get a seatbelt or a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt, the fine is typically $114. If you're age 6 or above. If you're 5 or under, the fine is even higher at $164, and the driver, usually your parents, get points against their license. And all that money comes out of possible Christmas money or birthday money or whatever. So it's real important that you put those seatbelts on.
Wow, thank you. We appreciate you visiting us today and all that you do for keeping our city safe.
Well, you're welcome. And Lions, remember, click it or ticket.
When you think about Valentine's Day, what comes to your mind? Maybe some red roses or even some boxes of yummy chocolates. Well, what I think about are cookies. I mean, who doesn't love fresh homemade cookies that truly come from the heart? Well, I think I just had a great idea. I'm going to make some cookies for my classmates. Right here, I have the recipe in my recipe book. But I have a slight problem. It only makes a dozen, which are 12 cookies, and I have 24 students in my classroom. So what should I do? I know, I can just double the recipe. The first thing we're going to have to do is put 2 sticks of butter in. I already have 1 in, so now I'm going to have to add the next one. Then I'm going to have to add 1 cup of flour. So if I'm doubling them, I'm going to have to add 2 cups of flour. Woo! It's coming out great. The next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add 1/2 cup of sugar. So let's see, 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1 whole cup. We'll go ahead and pour that in. Woo! Looks like sand. Now we're going to have to add an egg. That's easy. We can just double it. 1 egg plus 1 egg equals 2 whole eggs. Cool. Now we need 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/2. Good morning, Lions. I'm here with Mr. Stepp at the United Methodist Temple on South Florida Avenue. So what kind of trees do you sell here at the United Methodist Temple?
We have 3 different types. We have the Scotch pine, Fraser fir tree, and a blue spruce.
Wow, and where do they all come from?
Scotch pines, they come from Michigan, Fraser fir tree from North Carolina.
And what's the most popular tree you have here?
The Fraser fir tree.
Well, that's great. So how do I know that I'm getting a fresh tree?
What you have to do is go to the top of the tree and pick off one of the needles. Then bring it to your hand and squeeze it just like this, and then it will come out. When it comes out, you know it is fresh.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So where do the profits go?
They go to the local charities.
Well, that's a great cause. Well, thank you for speaking with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm Erin reporting for Lion Kingdom News. Good morning, Lions. I'm here with Specialist Mr. McCook, Kylie's dad. So, Mr. McCook, what branch do you serve in?
In the United States Army.
Wow, so what's your job?
My primary job is an infantry soldier and my secondary job is a sniper.
Wow, a sniper sounds pretty cool. So where have you served in combat?
In Camp Adder in Al Nazariya, Iraq.
Wow, so what is Iraq like?
It's hot, dusty. In the summer of last year it was about 139 degrees. It smells bad, but mostly in the desert there's a lot of camels, sheep, and camel spiders that run about 30 miles an hour. When a camel spider bites you, the venom goes inside and eats your tissue inside out.
Ooh, that's scary. I wouldn't want a hole in my arm. So are you planning to make this service into a career?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's wonderful. And by the way, thank you for the flag that flew in Iraq in honor of our school. Thank you for speaking to us today and serving our country. Well, I'm Erin reporting for Lion Kingdom News. Happy Groundhog's Day! On this day, according to legend, which is an old story, if the groundhog comes out of its burrow and sees its shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If the groundhog does not see its shadow, spring will be coming soon. So let's head on over to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where Phil, the most famous groundhog, lives to see what he predicts. Well, it turns out he saw a shadow, so you know what that means. We're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. Now, do you really believe that a groundhog can predict the weather? Well, I'm just going to tell you right here that Phil is not the best weatherman in the world. In fact, over the years, he's only been half right. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what he's going to have in store for us this year. But for now, here's what I've got to say about the weather in Lakeland, Florida. We can expect partly sunny skies, which means we'll probably see your own shadow around here. Now the highs will reach 80 degrees. Wow, that's warm for this time of year. And there's a possibility of showers later this afternoon, which will bring us cooler temperatures in the morning. I'm Erin, your weather girl, on Groundhog's Day. Hey Lions, it's been a cold week here in sunny Florida, but not as cold as it gets in other parts of the U.S. In fact, in some places, it has even snowed. So how big was the largest snowflake ever recorded? Can you guess, Lions? Well, the answer is 15 inches wide and 8 inches long. Wow, that's bigger than a piece of writing paper. It'd be a trick to catch that size snowflake on your tongue. In fact, it'd be a trick to catch any size snowflakes on any of your tongues right here in Central Florida because the weather is warming up. The highs today will reach the upper 60s. Well, that's our weather for today. So have a terrific Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, Lions. As you can see, I'm here at RIF, where there's a whole bunch of great books you could choose from, like Henry and Mudge and The Starry Night. So why don't we go and ask some Philip O'Brien Lions what they think about the books that they chose at RIF.
The book I got at RIF was educational.
We love the books we got at RIF.
The book I got at RIF was awesome.
Goodnight Moon is my favorite.
Diary of a Kid Roger Rose is a great book. If you got it, you should read it. The books at RIF are great.
Thank you! And here are the ladies that we are thanking. Mrs. Cadiz and Mrs. Griffith from the Junior Women's League of Greater Lakeland. Thank you for raising the money to put 3 books in the hands of every child at Philip O'Brien Elementary School. I'm Erin reporting for Lion Kingdom News, and I hope you enjoy the books you chose at RIF. I think I'll start reading this book right now. Good morning, Coach. Congratulations on winning the participation trophy again this year.
Thank you very much, Erin.
So, how many students did we have participating?
We had 271, which is 46% of our school.
Wow, so how many years did we win this trophy?
Believe it or not, that is the 20th year in a row, 2 decades of winning.
Awesome. So where are all the trophies?
We have half of the trophies in my office and the other half in the media center.
Okay, so what's the purpose for having the Red Ribbon Run?
Well, Erin, the purpose of the Red Ribbon Run is to encourage students to say no to drugs and alcohol and also to encourage a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, so now let's take a look at all these individual winners. Congratulations! Terrific job, guys! Thank you for encouraging us, Coach.
You're very welcome, and I want to thank all of the Philip O'Brien Lions for coming out and participating in the 20th annual Red Ribbon Run.